Hello, YouTubers. Welcome back to Yorkshire Media One. I am Mark, your host, your presenter, whatever you want me to be. Yes, I am cheaper and better than the BBC. You get me for free, and that's a good thing here in Yorkshire. So what are we talking about today? Well, it's end of the month, and it's Mark's mental health journey. So this is what I'll be talking about today. I will say this. This is I am not a medical doctor or anything like that. I'm talking about my own experiences and things like that. My own mental health. This is Mark's mental health journey. I do suffer from mental health. I've got clinical depression. I've got anxiety. I've got PTSD and things like that. And I'm a great believer in talking about mental health and letting people know that not to be taboo. It's not anything to be ashamed of. Anybody can get mental health. Don't forget, you don't choose mental health. Mental health chooses you. And it's as simple as that. That's what we're talking about today. So, like I say, I do suffer from depression. My mental health so far this month has been okay. It's been good. It hasn't been. Yes, it's getting colder. Yes, I'm getting into pain with my left leg and things like that. But winter is approaching. So my mental health is it's holding up pretty okay, and that's thanks to because I've got a good support system. I've got friends who I can talk to, but even better than that, I've even got a girlfriend what I can talk to, and she listens to me and offers advice and things like that. That's the best kind of support you can have. You need friends, and if you've got somebody who you love and care for, that's another way of doing things. So that's what I've got. I've got Jen and things like that. So so in reality, so my mental health is doing really well. I'm happy at this moment in time. And yes, there is other things what you've got to take into consideration. We are approaching very rapidly winter. Now, in the winter months, you don't get a lot of daylight, as we all know. It gets dark early. It's a lot dark. It's darker for a lot longer, and things like that. So you got to consider your mental health and and other people around you as well as that. And plus, don't forget your elderly neighbours as well in the winter. They'll be feeling the cold. If they get milk delivered and they haven't taken it in for a couple of days, please check on your neighbours, knock on the door. There may be something wrong, but that's what you should be doing. So if you've got any elderly neighbours, you should be making sure that they are okay. Do they need anything from shop? Because they might not be able to get to the shop because of fear of falling and things like that. So, be the good Samaritan. So keep an eye out around your neighbourhood, especially elderly people and things like that, where they may be cold or freezing, or they may just be lonely and they may just thank you for knocking on the door just to chat and things like that. That is a good thing as well, and things like that. But also, people, especially me, people do suffer from depression and anxiety and things like that. And the voice of anxiety is the voice what you don't want to hear and things like that. Even the voice of paranoia, you don't want to hear these things and things like that. So that's what you've got to, contend with, and that is, what is your voice? So your inner voice telling you, is it telling you to back off, or is it telling you to do something stupid, but you don't want to do it? Well, you just ignore that. But your voice of anxiety, should be measured levelly and things like that. We all have an inner voice, what tells us things like that. Um, you know, it's how we prejudge, and also your inner voice. It's a way. I mean, I talk to myself out loud in any case, and I even have arguments with myself, and I do or I don't win, things like that. You know what I mean? And that's what you've got to consider as well. Is you know what is your inner child voice saying to you and things like that. You've got to recognise it. You've got to recognise it from your normal self thinking and your self thoughts, and then then if you do have anxiety, What is that voice telling you? I know what my anxiety voice tells me. He doesn't want to go out. But once I'm out, I'm okay, and things like that. And that's what you've got to consider. Also, it is like I say, it's getting winter. Suicide rate could go up as well. Yeah, we are rapidly approaching. Sorry to say it, but we are rapidly approaching December. We're approaching November, but it's not long before Christmas. Before you know it, we'll be a month away from Christmas, and it's only 4 weeks and things like that. People start to have problems over this period because they might not have a lot of money and things like that. All I can say to that is, if you haven't got a lot of money, think outside the box for Christmas presents and try and get your food as cheaply as possible. Even if you have to use a food bank, then use you know your citizens' advice may be able to help you with that, and they might be able to recommend you to a food bank where you go, take you know take proof that you need the food from the food bank, and that's all you need to do. Yes, it's. I know it's a bit. How can I put it? It can be. I mean, people can be ashamed of it and things like that, but you shouldn't be. If you're struggling, then you are struggling. If you're on low income and you are struggling, you need all the help you can get. It would be daft if you didn't take that kind of help and things like that. This is what I tell people all the time. You know what I mean? You may be, you may have clinical, or you may have PTSD, and you may not like to go out and things like that. But it's always handy. If you can get out in the fresh air, then do so. If you can't, you can't. Things like that. A lot of people who have like PTSD and things like that do shop online because it's the easiest thing to do. There's no crowds and there's no nothing. I mean, I get anxiety. I go uptown if it's too busy and I'm not up there for long. You know what I mean? But if it's quiet, then I spend a little bit more time up there and enjoy the fresh air or talking to other people as much as possible. Things like that. But being aware of my surroundings as well and things like that. And it can be annoying and it can be a bit depressing as well, especially coming up to winter. Winter is the most depressive time. I know it can be bad for mental health. Can winter? I know this. I've experienced it and things like this. But also, the festive season is coming. Yeah, everyone enjoys the festive season. But like I said, there's people out there who don't have a lot of money, and they make do if they can and things like that. That's what I've got to do myself this year. I've got to make do with what I've got. I haven't got a lot, but I've got to make do, if you know what I mean. And it's only the same for other people and other people on low incomes as well. They're in such a bind. I mean, especially with this cost of living crisis. I know if you're on universal credit, I think you're getting £300 extra money towards the cost of living emergency or whatever. But the government should be doing more. They really, really should. I mean, people are in crisis. We have also, please consider the homeless as well. Homeless people are out there. What hope have they got? I mean, council won't help them. The government's not going to help them. I mean, it is really, really. Just got to think about these people. If you do see an homeless person, don't give them any money. Please get in contact with an homeless charity and let them know where you've seen this homeless person, and they can go and offer their professional help. I always recommend not to give money to homeless people, and we shouldn't. I mean, let's face it, begging is illegal, so please don't give them any money. I mean, I don't give them any money on principle because I don't want to be that person. If I give them money and they go get whatever they're going to get and die, I don't want to have that on my conscience. I'd rather let the homeless charities know where this person is so they can go and offer their professional help. If they turn that help down, then that's up to them. But at the end of the day, you should not give your money to any homeless person. Just let the homeless charities know where they are and let them help. They know what they're doing. We don't, and things like that. But if you are suffering from mental health illness and you're wondering where you can get help from, you can get help from Citizens Advice. You can get help from uh, uh, Samaritans and things like that. But your first protocol is always your own doctor, your own GP. Go to your own GP, tell them truthfully what's wrong and stuff like that. They can help you. And it's as simple as that. If you need to talk to someone now, then I'll get the number up. But then, by all means, you talk to the Samaritans, basically. You talk to the Samaritans outline, which is the number is 24 hours a day. Is 116123. So the Samaritans outline is 116123. If you SMS shout out to 85258, they'll send you'll get a text message and you tell them that you need help, and they might be able to help you as well, and things like that. But the Samaritans are good. I mean, I use the Samaritans not on a regular basis. I used to use them on a regular basis when I felt really low and things like that, or even suicidal, because sometimes you can feel suicidal. You feel so low, and you can feel suicidal. I don't feel like that now or anymore. After the car crash in 2013, going on for 10 years now, I'm slowly rebuilding my life. I found somebody who I cared about. She cares about me, so that's a good thing, and things like that. And yes, she knows everything about me, and she knows all about my mental health illnesses and things like that. But at the end of the day, mental health doesn't excuse you. It really doesn't. I mean, you can't use it as an excuse to not do things and things like that. And that's I know myself, what I'm doing and things like that. But at the end of the day, anxiety is, there's all different levels of anxiety. There's the low anxiety, there's the medium anxiety, then there's the high anxiety. I've got the medium anxiety, and it's coming down all the time, and I'm really glad about that, and that, I mean, and it makes me want to make more videos and let people know about mental health. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You should be talking about it. It's not taboo. Don't let it be taboo. I mean, the government really disappoint me, because at the end of the day, they are supposed to be funding mental health services and things like that, and they don't give enough money. They always give enough money to other services, but they don't give enough money into mental health. They seem to think that it don't exist, but it does exist. There is people out there who are suffering, and if the government give a lot more money into the mental health service, well, then it'd be the best in the world, like it used to be. But now, it's the government's fault that we've got a mental health crisis, and we still have this mental health crisis, and we really do. We've got an homeless crisis as well, and things like that. But you don't hear that in the media, because they don't say it's important enough, and it's as simple as that. And yes, it is important enough. I think it's important enough to talk about it. If I'm talking about it, then you should be talking about it, and things like that. And I hope these videos give you that encouragement to talk. If it's not to people like me or to someone who's going through similar, then talk to your family. You should tell your family about your mental health state, because they are, or they can be, your support hub. I mean, unfortunately, my father and my mother died, unfortunately, so my family haven't got much of that at all. But for some people, I'm very lucky, because I've got good friends and things like that, and I've also got a girlfriend who's down London. But we do talk every day on video on Messenger. You know, we do talk and things like that. And she's always asking how I am. And I tell her if I'm okay, I'm okay. At the moment, things are winding me up because of what time it is now. It's Tuesday the 31st and it's 18 minutes past 3 and I can't get to sleep because I'm in pain with me leg. I've got implants in my leg and it's aching. And the only reason why it's aching because it's cold. Because we're rapidly heading towards winter in any case. And that's why I say we should be mindful of other people who are in worse off than what we are. In other words, there's somebody suffering more than me, you, and everybody else. I.e., the elderly might not be able to get out through the winter months, so they may need help. So, like I say, keep an eye on your elderly neighbours. Make sure that they're okay. You know, knock on the door. Make sure that they are okay and they're warming up and things like that. And also, the homeless. Yeah, homeless need help and things like that. So let the homeless charities know, well, there's an homeless person so and so, he needs help. You know, let them do their professional bit and give them help, and it's as simple as that. No one else will do it. The council won't do it, and the council don't really care, and the government don't really care as well. Well, what they care about is themselves. That's all they care about is themselves. They don't care about me or you or anybody else. People are struggling to eat through all this cost of living emergency, and it is an emergency. It's not a crisis anyway. Everything seems to be a crisis. It's not. It is an emergency, and the government should be price capping supermarkets, but they haven't. They're just letting them run away with profits and things like that. And the food is going to get more expensive. Certain foods are going into the luxury bracket, which they should never, ever be in that luxury bracket. But that's what's happening, and things like that. So just be more open-minded and just keep an eye out for vulnerable people like your elderly next door neighbours, if you've got any elderly next door, or any of your neighbours. Just keep an eye out, make sure that they're okay and things like that. That's my best advice. Don't forget, it is rapidly coming towards winter, and this winter is going to be very, very, very cold. From what from what I'm witnessing right now, it is getting very, very, very cold. So be aware of that, and hopefully we can prevent someone dying. Hopefully. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, and it may or may not help you, but if you liked or you've liked watching this video, please give me a like. Please subscribe if you're new, hit the bell icon, hit all. That will let you know when I'm uploading another video. Please come back from time to time to make sure that you still subscribe to me, because YouTube algorithm has a nasty habit of unsubscribing people and things like that. So please come back make sure that you still subscribe to me. So just check in every now and again. Please share the video to your friends and your family and to other social media like X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. Use the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now. See you all later. Bye.